Hey everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just gone over to Bitcoin, big at the CoinsKid crew. So what I've done, I've copied this fractal from last year and I've squashed it up a bit to try and match as best I can. You can clearly see it's very similar, isn't it? You know, we started to come down. We pushed through the 20 like we did just there. We found support just there and ran into the 10. We find support just there, potentially ran into the 10 right there. So come, the end of the week, as this thing retraces into this resistance of the 10 EMA, there's a possibility this will be a golden opportunity come next week for this particular chart to break down and continue right here. But I would expect Bitcoin to go in the opposite direction. So over the next few days, I would, apply a little bit of common sense right here. We're not necessarily looking to pile into, into any leverage long positions right here for Bitcoin, because I do expect a small retracement because, this particular chart is doing identical to what it did last year and breaking down through the 20. Right now, you've met the technical target, looking to come back up into the resistance of the EMAs to confirm before the continuation. So I think that right now, we're potentially at somewhere like we were there, get a little retracement into the DXY over the next few days. Everyone's going to get super bearish on crypto. Some of the altcoins will start to drop a little bit more and things like that, and a little bit of retracement right there as the DXY starts to come back up to the the daily 10 EMA right there, gets its resistance retest and then rolls. And if we take a look at what happened to Bitcoin at this point, on this particular fractal right there, you can clearly see I think they've got an opportunity here for Bitcoin in the sense that if I hover over right now on the Bitcoin chart at the bottom, the orange line, you can clearly see we've got this drop through the 20, which is pretty much like what we've just done. We came down to the technical target of this channel, look at that, and then we bounced into the 10. And it's at this point, if I hover over the Bitcoin chart just there, you can see at that point, as we started to come back down, what happened? The DXY came back up, didn't it? Is this lovely little W double bottom pattern, the high-low structure has been created, and then we continued, as this fractal continued down, Bitcoin bolted for the remainder of the year into the new year right there. So I think we've got a very rinse-repeat scenario right now in the DXY and Bitcoin, and we're sort of mirroring the same fractal. So if over the next few days, we do start to see the DXY bounce off my target, 103, 182, because it's very close to that particular target, we should expect the DXY to come up and then Bitcoin, like it did just there, to come down. Okay, and at that point we find a lovely little sweet spot as this hits the 10 EMA and this hits the 10 EMA right there, and then continues with this fractal from last year, okay, which is this basically squashed up fractal like that. Okay, and obviously if we get this monumental drop in the DXY, then we're looking at a beautiful little upside here for Bitcoin. Okay, so again, nothing I say is financial advice, but it is playing out so far, isn't it? And obviously if we deviate from this particular fractal, which at the moment it's not, then I will amount you immediately. But this is what I'm looking at for the DXY. We've got these 3 drops, the push through the 20, we're coming down to support, potential rally into the EMAs as resistance, then we continue to drop for the remainder of the year, and this little move to the downside could be the fuel that we see Bitcoin come back up into sort of that 47k 50k area, the 786, which is something I'm anticipating right there, leading towards the end of the year into January. So there's a bit of confidence right now in the DXY that at this point, this particular point right now, and obviously equally what I've seen with the Bitcoin price action as well, we shouldn't necessarily be looking to go long at this point, okay, with leverage positions basically. But I still think Bitcoin's bullish. I'm still expecting upside, and if we copy this fractal that we've got for the DXY, which is at the moment, it's not deviated from this, then I'm looking at this opportunity leading into the year right here where Bitcoin could actually rally to that 47k target that I've had for many moons. Okay, so I wish everyone the utmost luck, but let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now to see what we can see. Okay, so take a look at Bitcoin on a Friday time frame. At the moment we do have 5 waves here. Look at this, a 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and at the moment we are still making a series of lower highs here, so we're definitely getting some kind of price compression here for Bitcoin. Okay, so if we do get another little drawdown, and the confluence is obviously in the DXY retracing back up into the 10, at that point, if we do start to see some kind of little drawdown here for Bitcoin and starts to come back holding this structure high level support, I'm going to show you exactly where that is on a trend line in a moment. But if we do get this opportunity, at that point, the DXY is coming up into the 10 EMA, which is identical to what it did last year, and then it drops, then this little sweet spot down here for Bitcoin is going to be beautiful for you. Okay, and I'm going to reveal that to you in time. But in the short term, obviously this Bitcoin could absolutely take off here, and if it does, I will jump back into a long position because you're taking out resistance points. Okay, but I think I'm going to give Bitcoin the credit where it's due right now. I think it is bullish. There's no reason for me to think that it's bearish at the moment. Obviously you run into key resistance points, but what we need to do is take a look at this support that you've got, this ascending level support where you keep making the higher lows and no one's looking at this. Okay, because what we do have is a very similar situation to what we got here before the big break to the upside, a horizontal basically, and we've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the pullback and break. Okay, we've got the 1, the 2, the 3, the potential pullback and break. So if we do break over the next few days and we don't necessarily see that sort of big retracement right there for the DXY, which is confidence of the fact that we start to see another pullback before continuation here for Bitcoin, if we do start to break at any point, then obviously I will entertain long positions if we start to take out this neckline, okay, at this point. So I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now, okay, I think it's bullish. I think it's, you know, going to go up for the remainder of the year. I think we've got some kind of Christmas rally that's coming in the crypto markets. The DXY is confidence of that particular fact, but obviously there's no guarantees, and I think one of the earliest warning shots and one of the earliest things we need to see will sort of negate that potential scenario that I'm looking at for the remainder of the year, that we are looking at some beautiful upside, you know, accompanied with a breakdown in the DXY right there as confluence, is really simple, and it's this white line. If we start to see Bitcoin closing down below this high level of support, this compression pattern leading to expansion like this, okay, if we just start to see it turn out into resistance, I think that's a bearish statement. At that point, you know, I will seriously think about my position in Bitcoin for the remainder of the year, and equally look to go short, okay, as well on that, with the stop loss on the previous pivot high. But at the minute, I've got to give its credit where it's due. You're making a series of higher lows, and, you know, lower highs compression lead to expansion, you're breaking out. Series of higher lows and lower highs, basically, compression lead to expansion, you're looking to continue this trend, which is technically up, that you've come up into it, okay. So I wish everyone the utmost luck, but I think over the next few days here, we might see a decision, a big break to the upside, or obviously a break to the downside. No guarantees, but I think obviously one of the earliest warning shots, if we start to come up and take out this white ascending line, you know, at that point looking to go along on Bitcoin. But if we start to lose this ascending level support, that in my opinion is a bearish statement from Bitcoin, because you're losing this beautiful ascending level support, compression lead to expansion, breakout, compression lead to expansion, breakout. Basically, we're looking for the continuation. It's simple technical analysis. So I'll keep you updated as best I can. You know, what I'm looking at possibly over the next few days, like I said to you, the confluence of DXY rallying to the 10 EMA off that key level of support, the rising channel, it's come up, it's come all the way back down, rally before continuation. At this point, we have got 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So possibly some kind of ABC zigzag coming back down to this neckline over the next few days. Everyone's going to get super bearish on crypto and Bitcoin especially. But at this point, if we retap that 10 EMA for the DXY, and this taps this support down here for Bitcoin, this could be an absolute golden opportunity, because I think at that point we've got a verticalness in this chart to at least 47k, which is a target I've been giving you for many moons right now. And like I said to you way back when, I think it was September, wasn't it? We've got that big crash, we've got the 5 waves up. Like I said to you, at this point here, put your stop loss down here. This could be one of the best trades I've given you in short term for Bitcoin, because I'm looking at 47k, and this is your stop loss down here, and so far so good, absolutely crushing that trade. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, but let's be patient. Let's just ride this out. We definitely get some price compression leading to expansion. We've got the God candle back test yesterday, beautiful, look at that. So something's going to give here. Are we going to break here? I'd love it, but obviously I'd love a greater pullback into support for the greater opportunity to go forward, okay, in the confluence of the DXY rallying to that 10 EMA. Let's be patient, just kick back, relax, don't necessarily pile into longs here or shorts or whatever. Let's just be patient and see what happens here for Bitcoin, okay. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone, bye bye.